Yeah. First, I will explain to you why there is an extent of financial inclusion in India. The main thing is that in almost half the population, almost 50% of the population is outside the normal banking system. Half the country is unbanked. There are only one bank branch per 14,000 people, and only less than 20% of the population has any kind of life insurance, and 9.6% of population has no non-life insurance coverage. So these are all the things which are leading to that financial exclusion in India. So our definition of financial inclusion is that it is a process of ensuring access to appropriate financial products and services needed by all sections of society in general and vulnerable groups such as weaker sections and low income groups in particular at an affordable cost in a fair and transparent manner by mainstream institutional players. We wanted banks to involve in this financial inclusion. This is our financial inclusion is a bank-led model. So what are the policy initiatives Reserve Bank has taken for financial inclusion? First one I have already told, it is a bank-led model. We have instructed banks to open as much brick and mortar branches so that they can cover a lot of villages. Second one, Reserve Bank has taken so many regulatory actions which includes relaxation in KYC norms for this financial inclusion accounts, then branch automation policy, branch authorization policy, widening of eligible entities for BCs. BCs means banking correspondent. These are the intermediates which can do banking business on behalf of a bank. It can do that doorstep banking. Another one is that 4 products we defined under financial inclusion and advise the banks to give 4 products. There is one, first one is that savings cum overdraft account. In that account they can give some credit facilities only for that entrepreneurial purposes. And second one, some remittance product, then a pure savings product ideally for recurring deposit scheme, and another one, some entrepreneurial credit in the form of GCC, that is general credit card or Kisan credit card scheme, that is for agriculture purpose or general entrepreneurial purpose. There are 2 types of cards we have introduced. And another one is no frill account. No frill account means without any minimum balance, people can open account. Even the youth and the people can open account without any balance. That's a no frill account. With that no frill account, we will give some overdraft facility also. There is a lot of scope for mobile banking. So we have issued guidelines for that mobile banking transactions and mobile banking. Then we have issued a roadmap. We have advised the banks to set a roadmap for banking services. So they have to provide banking services through banking outlet in every village having a population over 2000 by March 2012. We have also advised the banks to provide board approved financial inclusion plans of banks. That means all the banks have to plan their own financial inclusion plan for the next 3 years, how they are going to implement financial inclusion. And we are closely monitoring our deputy governor, one-to-one interaction. He is calling all the banks. We are interacting with the banks. We are evaluating yearly what is their progress. Like that, we had already made a board approved financial inclusion plans. And one of the major initiatives, Government of India has initiated special programs for underemployed and unemployed urban youth by providing them credit finance by banks, wherein subsidy is provided to banks by the government for encouraging them to extend such credit facilities. This is an employment generation program. For the youth and young, banks are supposed to give credit to the youth so that they can take some entrepreneurship with the support of bank. And these are all the financial education initiatives what we have taken. RBI has undertaken a project financial literacy to educate the common man about the responsible financial management. For this purpose, we have divided the targeted groups into 3, that 8 into 12, one group, young students in the age of 12 to 16, then senior citizens. We have advised state governments to include financial literacy as a part of regular school curriculum, and the pilot project has already started in one state of Karnataka. And another one, multilingual financial education site. RBI has started a multilingual financial education site. Then publication of 5 comics books for children. We have published 5 comics books on banking and functions of RBI. Then games on financial education side, visit by the senior officials of RBI, and banks have advised to set up a financial literacy and financial credit council centers in order to educate the people with regard to various financial products and services. Service available is also to provide credit counseling and debit structuring to borrowers in distress. Nearly 350 such FLCCs are functioning across the country. These are the initiatives we have taken for financial education. Thank you.